We are back in my junky kind of what is it called, office. I realized that my chair make a lot of noise. Well, I guess it's not, so I guess that's a fake news. Anyway, we are here today to talk about the 30 and 30 manga coming back up. So 30 and 30, if you're like, Bree, no, what is it? What is it, sis? 30 and 30 is a, what I like to call a celebration of reading manga, specifically 30 manga in 30 days. This year we're doing it a little earlier. We're doing it in September instead of November, and I'm excited to go ahead and read those mangas with y'all. I know that y'all are probably like, Bree, you were so busy, you got other stuff going on. Yes, I do, but I'm gonna try my best. Since I've been co-hosting 30 and 30, I think I only got 30 and 30 one time, which was last time, so I was very happy about that. But if you don't get to 30 manga in 30 days, that is okay. Like, life happens, but this is definitely a reading challenge. So if you feel up to it, if you feel inspired by reading challenges, this is what you want to do. So the 30 and 30 manga challenge is co-hosted by myself, Shay, Ashley, and Izzy. All of their YouTube channels will be in the description box below, so you don't have to worry about going and looking and searching for any of that. It is okay. I had to bring myself closer to the camera because I was like, what is going on? I have a couple selections of manga that I want to prioritize. There are some that there will be one that I do not own physically that I will just like put up a little thing on the screen to show y'all what I'm talking about. But without further ado, let's get into some possibles, right? So I'm loving the idea on BookTube or in the book community when people are like, you know, I'm looking for possibilities. I'm looking for something, you know. I don't want to call it a TBR. I want to call it something that possibly could happen, because whether I want to admit it or not, I am a mood reader. It is why for readathons I'll be like, hey, these are 100 books that I'm interested in, and probably read 3, you know. So it's good to have options. So I'm giving you my options, but these are options I really want to happen too as well. So, you know, that's kind of where we're at. So the first thing on it is something that's becoming increasingly popular on BookTube, which is Blood on the Tracks. I have volume 12 is what I meant to say. So this is volume 12. This is volume 13, and I just got this a couple days ago. This is volume 14. So all of these 13, 12, 13, 14 is the ones that I have not read yet. I own the full collection of Blood on the Tracks currently, and I do have it set up to be sent to me once the new version come in or the new volume comes in. So if you're like, Bree, what is Blood on the Tracks? What does that even mean? So Blood on the Tracks to me is a horror manga, and it follows the story of this young guy, follows him throughout his whole life, like baby until adult. The first 13 in the series as a whole, all 14, now 14 that's been translated into English, is following him through early childhood and adolescence and a little bit of that teenage years, right? There's a time jump that happens in 13, and then it continues from that stage of his life until whenever this manga series ends, I'm assuming. But it follows the story of this family. There's a dad, there's mom, and the child is experiencing a lot of different type of like enmeshment or trauma that has been put on him as a result of the parenting style of his mother, and I would even argue the lack of parenting style in a way from his father. And one day, well, he goes with his aunties to go on this like hiking trip. His friend gets injured, and then everything becomes more fast-paced. So, or his cousin gets injured, and everything becomes fast-paced. And you see how the manipulation is happening with this kid. You're seeing like the inner working of his mom. You're seeing the inner workings of him, and you see on page and in the art form of how he's having a physical response to the trauma that his mother is putting him through. And it can be quite triggering. So if you have issues like parental issues that are really steeped in abuse, I would say be careful if you're reading this. I also will say if you have an estranged relationship, or I forget the word, but estranged, I think is the word, relationship with your mother or a maternal figure in your life, this might be a little bit too much, but I've definitely enjoyed the storytelling and how it's coming. And there's also this big mystery of trying to figure out what happened to his cousin when they went on this hiking trip. Like, whose responsibility was it? Like, whose fault was this really? And will we ever know? That's the question. Will we ever know? So I showed you all 3 of the most recent volumes that I plan on reading, so that's what we have there. Everyone knows I love Genji Ito, and I've been slowly collecting this mangaka stuff. He's one of my favorite mangakas. I do love the mangaka with Shishimi, I think is his name. No,
Shuzo Oshimi for Blood on the Tracks, but I've read other things by him and did not like it. So this is what I like the most. So him, anything, baby. Give it to me. I'm gonna read it. You gotta know that. So this is horror. So I'll just show you what this is. Okay, so this is Love Sickness. I have not read this. This was sent to me. I try to put the things inside of here, but I forget who sent this to me, but apparently I don't have the note. I just have the receipt, so that's on me. But thank you to the person, lovely human being who sent this to me. I hate to be that person because I thought I put it in here, but apparently I didn't, but that's neither here nor there. This is an intoxicating beauty turns a small town into a bloody hell. So I'm excited for it. Do I need to know more? No. Do I ever need to know more when it comes to this manga? No. So I'm going to go ahead and dive into this one and finish this one as well. Another one, this is not the volume, but I want to read 8 and 9 of Spy X Family. And I am really enjoying this manga series because it's like a mystery, there's some espionage, there's some humor, and they also have like these powers that no one can really understand, or there's not really like a lot of background of like what's going on with their powers specifically. So Spy Family is the one that I just really like. It kind of feels like when people be like, oh, I want to read stuff that kind of feels like candy and I just want to eat it up. And that's how I feel like Spy X Family. It's like, it's still crime fiction, but it's on the low end, more to the humorous and comedian or comedy side of manga. So that is why I want to finish this one, which is volume 8 and 9, and currently this is volume 8. So that's what we're gonna roll with. Another physical TBR that I have is No Use Escaping Tomi by, again, Junji Ito. Yes, you know that. You already knew. So if you knew, why are you acting brand new? I know that's right. I know that's right. So I'm going to read Tomi, and I've heard good things about this one. It's giving femme fatale. I am ready for the murder that's going to happen in this book. There's always murder. Or weird, strange shit happening in the town. But murder is still happening when it comes to this manga. And this is thick, baby. This is giving thick. I just want you to understand. This is thick. I think it's around, hold on. It is over 745 pages. I mean, Uzumaki, which I do have no idea where it's at because I'm looking. Uzumaki is a lot. That was a lot of pages. I forget how many pages that one was. But I'm also looking at The Drifting Classroom, which was also as thick as this, like almost same thickness. So shout out to Junji Ito for writing this, and I am excited to read it. So that's what I have. So let's recap the physical TBR, or TBR possibilities. We have Tomi by Junji Ito. We also have Love Sickness by the same author. I'm always putting it the wrong way. And then we have the 3 volumes of Blood on the Tracks, and we also have the 2 volumes I want to read for Spy X Family. So that's what we have there. I also want y'all to know that when I read a manga that is this thick, and I'll go and look up and see like if there's like several volumes in them, and I'll count them also as like individual mangas for 30 and 30 because it's like, why not? This is just a collection of them. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you're reading a trade of a comic, it's like there's several issues in one. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like a collection, you know, several issues in one is how I look at it. So that's kind of where I'm at there. Now, I have the app called Viz Media, or whatever it's called now. I forgot the name of it. But I am going to try to catch up to volume, I think it's 13. The series called Moriarty. I've talked about Moriarty every time I've done the 30 and 30, but it's one of those mangas that I really love but read really slowly. It's similar to when I first started to get into Monster by Naoki Urasawa, and I slowly read this. Like, I just finished volume 9. That's how slow, like, and I started reading this years ago. So, you know, I gotta do what I gotta do, I gotta put me first. But that is what I'm thinking about doing. So I'm gonna try to get to like volume 13. That means I'm gonna have to be on my Kindle a lot, which is I'm okay with. I'm gonna try to like do like a chapter a day or something like that to kind of really get that going so I can really get caught up as much as I can with Moriarty. So if you look at all of the possibilities, it's only probably around 15 manga. It's definitely leaving room for more. I also want to read the series. Hold on. Another thing, this is not like something, but I find that even though I love, and I probably exclusively only read crime fiction and manga, because of that, there's not a lot of crime fiction manga out there. And it probably is like more of like the fantasy murdering kind of thing, but there's a lot that of those types that I don't enjoy reading and I don't like it, and I'm very particular about the type of crime fiction manga that I read. So I am purposely slowly getting into my manga phase. Well, I'm already in my manga phase, but slowly moving through it, and I'll keep doing that probably until there's no more manga, which is not gonna happen in my lifetime. So yeah, that's that. So this is a manga I do want to get to during 30 and 30. So I'm hoping that I get through it. I'll let you know if it happens. Again, this is a possibilities video that is happening right now. Another manga I plan on reading is Witch Atelier. Am I saying this in French on accident? But anyway, I plan to read this one as well. I've heard a lot of people talk about how they really love it, and I'm trying to see what the girl is talking about, so I'm going to plan to read this one as well. My library currently has up to 8 volumes, so we'll see how I like it. I hope I do. That's all that I will have to say today. I will put up some bingo boards if we make them in our Instagram, or in my Instagram, sorry. So you can go right to my YouTube channel. The first link will say Instagram. You can click that and check that periodically, and I will also let you know in the community tab. Also, I might put a couple of those bingo boards there. But anyway, that is all I have to say about letting y'all know that 30 and 30 is happening in September of 2023, and also that this is also happening. So have a wonderful day. Bye.